Feels like I've been waiting a long time, and I'm very excited to finally say, on behalf of my wife and I, welcome everybody. Now there's a certain someone special to us in this room, and to many others in this room, that has a great phrase in what's meant for you won't pass you by. And I can't think of a better phrase that epitomises us, our relationship, and everything that's come and everything that's to come in the future. I remember being stood on the third tee at Klein Golf Club, not too far from here, speaking with Sam and saying, this is different, there's something special. She's like no one I've met before, and I can't let this pass me by. That same morning, and the morning Grace was running the Swansea Half Marathon, I sent her a message, wished her luck, and then on that afternoon, I like to think it was due to fate, but it could well have been delirium from dehydration and exhaustion from a half marathon. But I was lucky enough that Grace got back in touch, and I've never let that moment slip since. In the lead up to today, there's been many people who've asked me, what's that moment when I knew Grace was the one? The most obvious and one of the most memorable was that long-awaited first date. When we first met each other on the front of Porthcawl, walking across to West Bay, down to Scare Beach, and unknowingly at the time, past what we now call our home, it was obvious I'd never met anyone like you, and I'll never meet anyone like you again. It was that moment I knew Grace was the one, and I was so forever grateful that moment didn't pass us by, and it was meant to be. Now, that's not the only reminder. Whether that's the third date, I think it was our third date, driving home, trying to be sensible in the car that Nathan's just mentioned, making a good impression, to then seeing a black Kia Sportage fly past me on the A48 and looking over to see Grace with the cheesiest grin you have ever seen in your life, and knowing at that point, wow, what can I say? But more recently, earlier this year, seeing Grace's eyes light up as soon as we stepped into this venue and into this room, and it's just an example of how the big moments in our life are meant to be and haven't passed us by. It's hard to put into words how kind you are, how caring you are, your selflessness and how thoughtful. And many in this room and countless more outside of this room have limitless memories where they're lucky to have you in your life. And I'm just the luckiest to call you my wife now.
Those glasses. Yes.
Oh my God. Grace, you're like,
Well, you look amazing.
I give you this ring
as a token of my love
as a token of my love
and as a symbol of our marriage.
and as a symbol of our marriage.
I promise to support you
I promise to support you
in all that you do,
in all that you do,
to share in all your joys and sorrows,
to share in all of your joys and sorrows,
and cherish you
and cherish you
throughout our lives together.
throughout our lives together.
And if you'd like to push the ring on. Thank you. Perfect.
I give you this ring
As a token of my love
as a token of my love
and as a symbol of our marriage.
as a symbol of our marriage.
I promise to support you
I promise to support you
in all that you do,
in all that you do,
to share in all your joys and
to
sorrows
share in all your joys and sorrows
throughout our lives together.
throughout our lives together.
And if you push the ring on. Samuel and Grace, you have given and received rings as a token of your commitments to each other. and to your future life together. It is therefore my pleasure and my very great privilege to declare that you are now husband and wife.